Well, you may be seated, but let me ask you something. Are you excited to be here this morning? Let me ask this side over here. Are you excited to be here this morning? Let me tell you something. God has something special in store for each and every one of us today. It is exciting to have divisional leaders here. It's exciting to have territorial leaders here. It is very much exciting to have international leaders here. But let me tell you what I get most excited about. God himself is right here with each and every one of us. And so let me challenge each and every one of us to keep our eyes open. Let me challenge us to keep our ears open. And let me challenge us to keep our hearts ready to respond to what God desires to do for each and every one of us and in each and every one of us today. Now we have the privilege, Shelley and I do, to welcome some very special guests who have joined us on this special occasion. So we're going to do just that.
Now first we want to welcome all of our out-of-town guests. Now typically on a Sunday, what we would do is have the ushers go out and individually welcome everybody from out of town. However, that may take some time this morning, so we're not going to do that. But instead, on behalf of Clearwater Citadel Corps, we want to invite to welcome everybody.
Now, sprinkled across our congregation today, we have our divisional staff here, and so we just want to welcome them. It's always a pleasure to be able to welcome you to Clearwater. We appreciate your leadership in the division and the way that you come alongside us officers and corps members so helpfully and guide us so wisely. So we want to welcome you.
We do want to welcome our new territorial commanders, Commissioners Donald and Debbie Bell. Now, this is their first time to Clearwater Citadel Corps, and so we extend a very big welcome to you. We're so happy that you're here. We're anxious to get to know you even better as you minister with us today. Will you stand as we welcome you, Commissioners Bell, to Clearwater?
Now, we also have the opportunity to welcome to Clearwater Captain Scott Lynette, the aide-de-camp for General Cox. And here in Clearwater, Scott, we have learned a lot from Colonel John Bate on how important your position is and what great stories that you no doubt already have to tell. And so we want to welcome you, Captain Lynette. We ask you to stand. And Clearwater, let's give him a hand.
And of course, today we want to welcome General Andre and Commissioner Sylvia Cox, international leaders of the Salvation Army. We are so honored to have you with us today. We are anxious for your ministry today, but we are so thankful of what we have already seen of your ministry all over the world. It seems hardly possible that they're there with us today, and we're so excited for it. Now, just a brief overview of where they have been through their officership. General Andre and Commissioner Sylvia Cox have had various corps and leadership appointments in the Switzerland and Austria territory and the Zimbabwe territory. They've held territorial commander appointments in the Finland and Estonia territory, the Southern African territory, and the United Kingdom territory with the Republic of Ireland. They then served as chief of staff before elected as general and appointed as world president of women's ministries. We know that they would want us to share that they have 3 daughters and 4 granddaughters that they are very proud of. And their love for the Salvation Army ministry is evidenced in their commitment to those various ministries all over the world, and even to a corps visit today. The soldiers, officers, and friends of the Salvation Army in Clearwater welcome you today. But first, we wanted to let you know a few things about us.
That's right. And so, General and Commissioner, we just want to tell you a little bit about the Clearwater Citadel Corps. Here in Clearwater, you will find hundreds of retired officers and soldiers from literally all over the world. Now, I've got to say this. We can only say that they're retired in name, because this retired army here is a very active and thriving army. This is a strong, committed people to the Army's foundation, as we all share in the experience and expertise of our retired officers and soldiers. But don't believe any story you might hear that all of Clearwater is retired. For you see, we have a thriving youth program and growing young adult ministry as well. And they all serve as vital parts of our core composition. And there is a strong commitment as well to the future of the Salvation Army here in Clearwater, Florida. Last year, 10 Southern Territorial cadets came from the Clearwater Citadel Corps. And this year, we have 5 more, on their way as well, each being trained and equipped with the mentorship and guidance of this congregation. You will also find strong music programs for adults and youth that make this Corps a vital ground for music ministry and for education. We have a strong and vibrant ministry in partnership with our Suncoast ARC program. And you see, these men have enriched the Corps in so many ways, and we are so thankful for their ministry and to be able to work alongside them in regular Corps ministry as well. Now, General and Commissioner, this Corps takes world services very seriously. And they kind of take it on a whole different meaning. We're committed to pray for the whole world, and you will find committed people to do that. But we also believe that we have to take it a step further, and this Corps is committed to raise funds on their own. This year, the challenge is $130,000 that this Corps will raise, and then we're almost there. And we want to let you know that we're committed to serving this world. Now, the truth is, we could go on and on about this wonderful Clearwater Citadel Corps, but we wanted just to give you a little bit about what makes this place so special and why we are so happy to have you here with us today. We want to thank you for allowing us not only to introduce you to the Clearwater Citadel Corps, but allow us to introduce ourselves to you. Thank you so much for coming, for seeing your officers, for coming and seeing your soldiers and your friends of the Clearwater Citadel Corps. And so now we're going to invite you to stand and let us, Clearwater Citadel Corps, welcome General and Commissioner Cox.